Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for attending this afternoon's webinar. A slightly different time today. We thought we'd try a slightly different time at 2 o'clock. I know sometimes the afternoon or the evening sort of time slots don't always suit everyone, so we thought we'd give it a try. Good to see so many of you here. We're going to start in the next minute, so I know we've just had quite a few latecomers, and just for those people, just wanted to make sure that you can see the screen in front of you and you can hear me loud and clearly. Quick question from Peter already. Well, Peter, you're quick off the mark. Are you going to be covering the ADX platform? Yes, we will be. My colleague Zane will be covering off on quite a few of the things on the ETX platform. So should you have any sort of specific questions, feel free to ask him when he'll be on board in the next sort of half an hour. But right, so we'll be starting in a minute. So yeah, it's been quite a while since we've done a webinar. I've been away for the last 3 weeks, gallivanting in India. So I've just come back, and so we can sort of get things rolling again. So right, so as I said, this afternoon, myself and Zane will be covering this webinar today, and we will be covering a specific subject, should I say. We'll be looking at the ADX indicator, a tool for trading, and also Zane, as I mentioned, will be covering the ETX trading platform. Before we start, I think it's always good just to I know there's quite a few new, fresh faces here. Just to talk a bit about ourselves, who we are. We're Two-Way Markets. We have been up and running since 2003. We're fully authorized and regulated by the FCA. And what we try to do is provide a one-to-one service, which a lot of brokers, let's face it, just don't have the time or just don't really have the need to do. We try to offer an easy platform for people to use. We appreciate people from different levels of trading come to us. Obviously the importance of having competitive spreads, and obviously a very good sort of customer service also certainly helps clients who have issues and problems that need a bit of extra time on their platforms. We're more than happy to individually run through platforms, any platform that may be, and obviously days like today where we have education, research, and we can offer as many trading tools out there as we can. So that's who we are. Right, onto the main subject. Right, so before I sort of kick off, just wanted to say, obviously you're going to have questions as we go along. I don't mind answering any questions as we go along, but I think potentially it might be better for the flow if we have questions at the end. By all means, if you do have any urgent questions, I'll certainly try and endeavour to answer those. So we've got the ADX today. So the ADX stands for the Average Directional Index, and it's basically essentially a trend strength indicator. So obviously trading in the direction of a strong trend reduces risk and increases profit potential, which is pretty basic to understand. The ADX is used to determine when price is trending strongly. So in many cases it's the ultimate trend indicator. So you've heard the old adage that the trend is your friend, but obviously you need to know what is trending. You need to know who your friends are out there, and the ADX can certainly tell you what is trending or not. Tony, you said you've not got any audio. Can you just double check on your settings? I'm hoping everyone else can hear me loud and clearly. I've just got one client just saying he can't hear me. Hopefully everyone else can hear me. If not, Tony, just give the... Yep, Dave, I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah, Tony, just have a look at your individual settings, and I'm sure that would sort the issue out there. Let me just see that, Tony. Right, okay, so let's move on. So the ADX, as I mentioned, is used to quantify strength. So calculations for the ADX basically range over expansion at a given period of time. On most broker platforms, when you see the ADX, the default setting is set at 14 bars. Although other time periods can be used, I'd say the default settings generally in lagging indicators such as this are the ones to sort of stick with. ADX can be used with any trading instrument, be it stocks, indices, or currencies. The ADX, as you can probably see from this screen here, is plotted as a single line, and the values of the ADX are arranged from 0 to 100. So the ADX is non-directional. Remember that. It registers strength of the trend, whether the price is going up or down, and the indicator is plotted in the same window at the bottom, usually with two directional movement indicators, which are called DMIs. So if you look at this in this chart here, you've got the black line, which is the ADX line, and you've got a DMI line plus and a DMI line negative. So when the plus, if I move on to the next slide here, I'll probably show it a bit more clearly. There. So if you have a look at here, just for those of you, the blue line is the ADX line. You've got a DMI plus line, which is the green line, and the DMI negative line, which is the red one. So when the plus DMI line, which is the green one, is above the negative DMI line, which is the red one, prices are moving up, and the ADX measures the strength of the uptrend. When the negative DMI line is above the plus DMI, prices are moving down. So it's as simple as that. The ADX line itself measures the strength of the up or down trend. So if we have a look at this chart here, the 25, which got a big fat line, black line here, the 25 is seen as the line in the sand when it comes to trend strength. Yeah, so we've got a big black line here at 25, and it's seen as the line in the sand. So as the ADX line goes above the 25 plotted line, you will see that a particular trend is in play, and depending on which line, whether it's the plus DMI or the negative DMI, is up with the ADX, will tell you which trend is in play, which one's basically gaining the upper hand. So if you look at the price action up here, you can see the price action is fairly strong, rigid in the sense that it's trending up. And to basically illustrate that, you've seen the ADX line pop its head above the 25 significant line. We've got plenty of strength, and the DMI line, which is a plus DMI line, also has followed up with the ADX line. Again, this is signifying strength in the market. What this is basically saying, this chart is an example of how an uptrend is reversing to a downtrend. So if you have a look at the ADX when it rose above the plus DMI, and also when it started to go up with the price trend, it then started to come off, as you can see. When it actually reversed, the plus DMI line came down with it, and until they both crossed below the 25 level, what that basically saw us was the end to the upward trending market. You basically saw very much a sideways ranging market here. So quantifying trend strength is the key phrase here. So ADX values help traders to identify the strongest and the most profitable trends to trade. The values are important for distinguishing between trending and non-trending markets. Yes, Peter's asked me a question, is the ADX line available on the platform? It is. If you bear with me, when Zane goes to the platform, he'll show you where to find the ADX. The D plus and the negative D line, I've just had another question, is the directional moving indicator. So the D1 and the negative D, they are basically positive and negative trend strength. Yeah? So, Peter, if I show you this again, the green line is the plus D line, and the red line